Much-needed aid has finally reached the besieged town of Daraya. Located near the capital, Damascus, the town has been under siege by the regime since 2012. Just hours before aid arrived on Thursday, the area was targeted with multiple barrel bombs and airstrikes. The regime allowed a UN convoy to deliver food to starving people there. Trucks carried rations which will feed up to 2,400 people for up to a month. Well, Ayhan is following the story for us from the city of Gaziantep on the Turkish-Syrian border. Sally, now this aid convoy is the first of its kind in the area that's been under siege. Tell us more about it.
Yes, Ayhan, Daraya has received its first food aid convoy since the Syrian regime attacked the area in 2012. Now, the last time they received aid was just on June the 1st. Basic medical supplies is all that was brought. So this is very much significant. The Syrian Red Crescent, in combination with the UN, made the delivery overnight, bringing with them 480 parcels, food parcels that is, and that's expected to feed about 2,400 people, but that's only really half of those who remain besieged in Daraya. Now, this food is expected to feed those people for about a month, and the World Food Programme and some of the other aid workers met with the community leaders and activists in the area and spoke of some of the challenges facing the delivery of aid into Daraya. Take a listen.
In addition, for this food basket, we do have a double ration for fortified wheat flour, as well as date bars, which will be benefiting the people in Daraya. We just had a meeting with some of the beneficiaries, as well as the community leaders. It's very challenging in terms of access to food, as it is apparent that markets are not functioning. So the supply of the very basic commodities is very challenging. So as a consequence, the prices of the food commodities themselves are very high whenever they are available. As a result, most families are having to do with one meal, which is not complete as a meal per day.
Now, this delivery was made after Special Envoy Staffan de Mistura announced that the Syrian regime had actually given approval to make the delivery. He also stated that the regime had given approval to make aid deliveries to all 19 besieged areas across Syria, and that's including Daraya. But he didn't express a lot of confidence in the regime sticking to their word. He spoke of some of the risks involved and said that approval doesn't necessarily mean delivery. Things like the regime could back out at any moment, medical supplies could be taken from the convoys, and also a scaling down of the amount of aid that will be allowed to be delivered to some of these besieged areas. Ayhan.
All right, Ayhan for us looking at Daraya's first aid delivery in 4 years. Thank you.